Johnny has said, I heard that the Sonny slop bucket story. Did he usually have control and or say of what went into the slop bucket normally? If so, what were some of his favourite things to put in the bucket?
Well, Sonny's the only one that got the special slop. Should we go into that first?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we'd got to TV that day, and I think Pat Patterson and maybe Bruce Pritchard had come up and said, "Hey, you guys are going to slop Sonny tonight." And then I went and talked to Vince about it, and he said, "Yeah, you guys are going to slop Sonny, and we're going to do this." And so I went and did. We went and ate, went to catering, and I made my slop, and I usually filled it about half the way up. Uh, Usually like lettuce and milk and bread, something with some substance that's going to be, stick to somebody's face or something. And so I'd made it, took it in the locker room, and all the boys were there. And I said, "Now this is the slop Sonny's getting. Nobody mess with it." And I set it down. So about an hour or two later, come back, getting ready to change, get ready. My damn slop bucket's filled up about, I don't know, a couple inches from the top. So I had heard that, well, even Cornette did one of the shows on, I guess, the Vice channel over here. He said there was 23 different DNAs in that bucket when it went over Sonny's head. So all the boys that were dipping were spitting their dip in there, and Razor and 123 Kid, X-Pac, they took the bucket, I had heard, into the stall and took care of that. So that's what Sonny got dumped on her that night.
We talking
We had
number one or
we
number
had
two?
death threats and everything.
Are we talking number one or number two? For
Number one.
Okay.
Number two is another story. That's a Germany story.
Yeah, that is another story. It happened to be on a tour bus, didn't it? I might have heard that once or twice, and it might have involved Sean Waltman again.
And Razor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well,
I think Sean did it, but they were together.
Well, they just
co-conspiracies.
The co-conspirators. Okay,
Yeah.
So Sean has said publicly that he wasn't going to admit who did the stink pickle. So you saying that it may have been Scott Hall's?
If Kid didn't admit to it, then it had to have been Razor. It's one of them two.
Oh dear. Who?
But I think it scarred her for life, though.
It scarred me for life. I wasn't even there.
Just hearing the story will make you cringe. When you open your sealed spaghetti and there's a pickle in the bottom, a brown pickle.
I know that Shane has said this once. It's like someone asked him, "It's like, how come there's so many shit ribs in wrestling?" And he went, "It's a shitty business."
Yeah, exactly. It can be shitty.
I have to ask this, right? So, did anyone cop to actually contributing to the bucket? Has anyone actually admitted it?
No, just a good source. I'm just running on a good source.
That's fine. Whose idea was it to leave the bucket there? Was it yours, or were you directed by someone else to leave it?
Pretty much ours. I did warn everybody. I'd said what it was for, not to mess with it, but it didn't work. The boys didn't listen to me.
Damn reverse psychology, I'll tell you. I'll get you every time. But Sonny grew up and became a productive member of society, of course. So
right, yeah.
Wink. Anyway, did she later complain to management about this? Did you ever hear, or did she ever even know at the time?
She didn't know at the time, and I can't believe it because the boys, some of them just blah 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 blah. It's wonder it didn't get out right then the next day, but yeah, I think that was kept under wraps for a while.
Next question from a fan is Onslaught MP has said, "Did Sonny ever make advances towards you?" Which is a random question.
Did who?
Did Sonny, Tammy,
No.
Okay. So, what would be in the bucket? I think we pretty much touched on this, but we'll just confirm. What would be in the slot buckets if you liked them?
Uh, Basically just like some milk, lettuce. I tried to use the same stuff because I found a good recipe of what looked good, and because I was just winging it at first because I slopped Ted DiBiase 3 times, ruined 3 suits for him. After the first suit, he told Vince, he goes, "If we're going to keep doing this shit, you're going to buy mine the suits." So I heard Vince had to buy him 2 suits.
Do you know, I actually had with Ted DiBiase next here as well, but I remember you slopping somebody, and I swear, like 3 bits of lettuce and 2 potato peels came out, and I was like, man, you must have really loved that guy, whoever he was.
Yeah. I remember I threw some grapes in there. The vine and the grapes. Ted DiBiase got that first one, and I watched it not too long ago, and that grape vine is just hanging right on his head, perfect. Yeah, he got good. He got easy slops.